Okay, so here's the solution, in my opinion. So I think it was Nanaia
Get your
Mahuta.
pens and papers out.
Was it Nanaia Mahuta's husband who had contracts with the government? Am I right in remembering the right name there?
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
I believe that's correct.
So what I said then, in a not a crass way, but a clear way, is if you're sharing the bed with someone, you should not be able to get a contract from the government if you are a minister. That was what I thought. I mean, because that makes it pretty clear. I mean, you know, it's her husband. It's not her, it's her husband. But obviously his bank balance is getting filled up by government money. You are a minister in the government, there can be a conflict of interest. I think it's pretty much similar with this. And you kind of almost stole my thunder in the last 5 minutes, Chewy. If you're paying rent to an anonymous landlord, fine, get it. If you're paying a mortgage in your name, go fuck yourself. And I think it's as simple as that. And yes, there'll be some people that might try and jerry-rig it the other way around. But if it's made clear, right, if it's made really clear, the idea of this allowance is not to build your net worth, but to give you a place to stay when you're in Wellington. So therefore, we want to make this clear. Whilst your second cousin twice removed technically could own the house you're living in, right? And you could pay them, it's not you. That's not the vibe we're looking for. Therefore, if anyone then did that, they'd be called out. But I think it's pretty simple. These aren't to pay mortgages. They're only to pay rent. They're not to pay something in your name. They're only to pay a landlord who is not related to you, who is not sharing a bed with you, who you sign on to a lease for, not go to the bank for. I think that's it for these things.
Yeah, look, I've been workshopping this idea because I've mentioned a couple of times on the show, including last night. If you weren't here from last night, here is my solution.
I wasn't here. Sorry, I wasn't here.
You weren't here.
No, I wasn't
Okay.
here.
First of all, Parliamentary and Services and Kāinga all get their heads together and they build 120 apartments, one-bedroom apartment building in Wellington. And that is your taxpayer-supplied accommodation if you were an MP. We've got 120 of them because we've got 120 MPs. Yep. They might not always be full, but there they are. And that's your option. Taxpayer built it. Taxpayer maintains it. That's it. No reimbursing some family trust, mortgage, familial relationship, whatever. Here it is. The other part of this, because we're talking about perks, we've had ministers trip over their investments. We're questioning the Prime Minister for how many properties he holds. If you want to be an MP, you liquefy all of your assets. No shares, no family trusts, no investment properties. All gone. You want to be an MP and serve the people of this country, show us. All that money goes into a savings account. You can reinvest when you get out.
I don't agree with you on that one.
You don't have to. When I come to, no, you don't.
I have to agree. I have to agree. It's not a valid point. I have to agree, or it's not valid. No, I think that you're fine if you're talking about Luxon, who could liquefy all his assets and put $30 million in the bank and then walk out in 4 years with the same sort of money. There are MPs, backbench MPs that have been on 120, 150 grand, who might own a house or might have an investment property from before when they were in. And I know of stories of MPs who, they get paid up until Christmas if they lose their seat, and then they're back driving taxis. You know, it has happened. So I just kind of go, I think maybe a blind trust would be better. That you got to give control of your assets or of your shares or whatever.
It's a blind trust, but I know it's stuffed full of property. I'm not going to change the laws around property.
All right, you Marxist loser. All right. No.